Hey guys, it's Arian, and today I'm going to talk about how to break the professional barrier on big cubes. I wouldn't call these times world class per se, but I think it's what shows that you're truly dedicated and are good at big cubes. So those look like sub 1, sub 2, and sub 3. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, there are five, I guess, main things. Three of them are really three important tips, and two of them are just going to be like a couple overview things that I think you should consider. So the first one is hardware. So for 5x5, hands down, I think the Chi Wushu one is used by any fast solver. The magnetic one is the one I use, and it's absurd. And if you can, if you're willing to pay for that, then you should definitely pick it up from the cubicle. If not, then you can just get the regular one. That's also pretty good. For 6, you have three options. You get the Moyu, the Weishi, the Yushin Red, or the Chi Wuhua. I use the Wuhua currently. I like it just because it has a bit more corner cutting and it's not too slow. But it has this major issue where it like breaks pretty often. The pieces aren't the best, so you have to keep replacing, and it's not really reliable. It also probably locks up, like catches more than the other cubes. That's not too much of a problem. So yeah, that's the cost. They're all pretty good. So I'm gonna be switching to a Yushin M in 2 weeks when I receive mine. And I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, any of those three cubes are good. Just try them out and see which one works best for you. There are a lot of reviews online too, so those will help. And for 7, again, I think hands down the Chi Wuji. This thing is really, really good. I think when I first got it, I dropped like, it was from the alpha, we got like 20-25 seconds within the first week. Yeah, it went from like 330 to 3.5. And yeah, the only good Yushin I've tried was Kevin Hayes, and that thing was really, really good. It was very, very close to as good as a Wuji. But other than that, like, I think the Wuji is definitely the best. Setup is really important too. Just use weight 4 on the core and Lubrical Speedy as a coating on the pieces. And keep relubing with Cube Depot Slick Lube. This has worked amazingly for me, and again, yeah, and a lot of people who tried my cube said they really like the feel. So I think that's what we should do too. And tensions are really crucial. Make sure that your cubes are exactly where you want them to be. I think give or take like an 1/8 of a turn, but no more than that. It's really, really important. Not even 8, like a 1/16 of a turn, give or take. So yeah, that's that. Second thing would be splits. Just general idea. So sub 19, sub 28, sub 13 for sub 1, sub 50, sub 50, sub 2, and sub 130, sub 112, sub 18 for sub 3. Very standard. Of course, there's give or take. Like, you could be better. I think when I got sub 3, my edges were like 108, 109, and my centers were like a bit over 130, but they should be around there. So that's just the basics out of the way. Now to the three most important things that I think is what are really going to push you over the barrier. So the first thing is your turning. So okay, nationals I was watching Preston Nguyen solve, and he was pretty good. Like, I think he's like 215, and yeah, so he was doing a good job, but he was turning something like this. As you can see, like, it's just so catchy. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and it's like unreliable. So that's bad. And here's what I think is really important: how to develop a good flow, I guess, is the key word while turning. And that is just to keep your hands really close to the cube and set it at a speed that you can do that at, because I can't do that at every speed. But yeah, just keep your hands really close to the cube, like when you're doing things. And also rotate mainly X and Z, because Y's can often be a huge pain. So like, for example, like, I don't know, if I do F moves aren't too bad on big cubes in my opinion, just don't do them too often. Yeah, that's that. So that's tip number 1, really important, especially on 5 where you gotta turn really fast. Tip 2, more importantly, is efficiency. So I'm just gonna show you like a little bit of what I mean. So I think until you're around like the low 3 mark, you're probably just doing the bar method, and that's really good because it's called systematic. And if you're struggling with look ahead, then that's what's gonna make up for all of it, because that's how I learned skills in class. For example, you have to be systematic about it. So that's really good, but not when you want to become professional, because at this point, which I'll go into this later, your look ahead should be like top notch. What this means is that instead of just building like bars the normal way and stuff, you got to come up with creative ways to self-center. So I'm gonna just force a case here. Let's say you have something like this. So this is a pretty simple case. Actually, let's do it like this. So I could make my bar like that, and then I have this, and I can solve that with the thing at the end. But probably a faster way to do this would be something like putting this in first, then this goes here, and this 2 by 1, where would it go? Yeah, this one at the end. It's just a bit faster, I think. That was a pretty bad example. See if I can pull up a better one, or if it naturally occurs. So yeah, also like be flexible. Like don't go like in or out. Try like for here, for example, the outers are a lot better. I'll just do it like that. And another important thing with your efficiency is like you don't want to really waste moves because you're scared of something bad's gonna happen. So for example here, you don't want to go like pull this out like that, and then do that. Just be simple. Just put this up, solve back. This applies to a lot of cases. Yeah, same. This is actually a pretty important case. This and this, pull in and push out. You want to treat these layers independently. Guess that helps any, because that can go a long way, and it really cuts down moves, and also makes your finger tricks better. So yeah, I guess that's the second part. Just turn how you make your finger tricks. And your last two. Okay, there we go. This is actually a good case. So I could do normal bar and then get that weird thing up there, or I have this. Just do that. And that should get me, wow, it's actually really easy. Yeah, there you go. Just something like that. Okay, the most important tip here is your look ahead. So I think what really got me down, like a guy who averages 2 minutes on 6x6 versus someone who averages 1:59, is just that he's not making that 1 second pause that slows him down. That's really it. It comes down to that. I think my general rule of thumb is for any of these 3 cubes, don't pause for over 1/2 to 3/4 of a second. And that's just so important, because if you don't have this set, then just go ahead and work on this like crazy. If you can't get it set, then yeah, nothing else is gonna work. All the efficiency and the turning will only work if you get your look ahead on par. So what I mean here is that how to do this, because this is pretty hard. Like, whoa, like you saying we should not pause on 7x7. Here's a trick. So for 5x5, it's really just about practice. I guess what you could do, like part of it, what I did originally was I did one buffer and then the other, and I still target to do that, but now with a bit more flexibility. So essentially, I start off with a goal of one buffer, but if I flip over and my general instinct is to go back, but if I just see something really good up here, then I just keep going on 5x5. If you'd like to ask more about this, I could make a video explaining this later. But for 6 and 7, the key actually is doing 6 is kind of a mix between the two, but for 7 especially, it's just really doing multiple edges at once, because there's no way you're gonna be able to find every piece. It's huge. So like I'm starting off with red white. I can't find my okay. In this case I could. So in this case I finished that up. But here, like, I see 4 pieces, my green, blue, but then I see this here, and I wouldn't possibly preserve this, but then I look at this, and I'm looking at that next, because I can't see any other, what do you call it, blue, yellow, I can't see my last one, so I'm going to go ahead and just go with this instead. Rotate, oh wow, here's the other one, oh wait, there's blue, yellow, okay, finish that up, put this in, yeah, then I see that, finish that up. I can't see anything more, so I rotate back. Okay, I see this and this go together. Put that in. This goes there, and I finish this. And for 7, I just use one buffer after the other, unless I see a really good case again. But those cases are a lot more rare. And then yeah, then I finish. Okay, then this goes there. And as you can see, I'm just like trying to solve multiple things at once so that I can reduce my pauses as much as possible. And, I wouldn't recommend doing 3, only because that just gets a bit too much. Yeah. The only exception will be at the end where you just really have to hone down. So let's say like once you have like 3 left, then maybe, once you have 2 left, then maybe just do them individually. Because doing 2 at a time can get a little tricky then. But you should have enough stuff set up for you that it should not be a problem. So that's really key. And if you can't get that, just nail that. The important thing I just say is check out Kevin Hayes' Tuesday tips, because there's some stuff that even I've learned from that, like from the intermediate videos and that I didn't know earlier. So like the subtleties really make a difference. I'd really recommend checking them out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So just to review, develop a good turning style. 1, 2, use your own time to find your own efficiency tricks. A lot of them are in centers. And the most important one is look ahead, never pause for more than 0.5 to 0.75 seconds, especially on edges, because on centers it's not too hard to do. And you can just do this by, like what I described earlier. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I really hope this helped.